Welcome back to the Coin Quest, everyone, where we uncover rare coins and hidden treasures that might be hiding in your pocket change right now. Today, we are diving into one of the most unbelievable stories in modern coin collecting history, the 2011 Lincoln 1-cent penny that could be worth not just a few bucks, not just a few hundred, but up to $66 million. Yes, you heard that right, $66,990 for a coin most people walk past without a second thought. So how did we get here? What makes this little copper-colored coin so valuable? And how can you know if the penny in your pocket could change your life forever? Let's go way back to understand the full story. First, a little background. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, honoring the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. That year marked his 100th birthday, and the U.S. Mint decided to replace the Indian head cent with a new design featuring Lincoln's bust on the front or obverse of the coin. Fast forward to 2010 and 2011, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of these coins, with the shield reverse design introduced. In 2010, this design replaced the Lincoln Memorial reverse that had been used from 1959 to 2008. The 2011 penny was part of this new generation of coins, with the Union shield on the reverse side, a symbol of Lincoln's role in preserving the United States as one nation. Now here's where things get interesting. The standard 2011 Lincoln penny is made from a composition of 97.5% zinc with just a thin copper plating. These are struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints and are supposed to be mass-produced everyday coins. However, some extremely rare errors and varieties slip through the cracks, and those are what collectors are hunting for. There are reports of 2011 Lincoln pennies that were mistakenly struck on the wrong planchets or metal blanks. These include coins struck on pure copper planchets, which should not exist in 2011, as the U.S. Mint switched to copper-plated zinc in 1982. These rare errors often occur when leftover planchets from earlier years accidentally end up in them. Presses. Other examples include off-center strikes, double dies, and even transitional errors, where the wrong design or wrong metal is used. Some of these coins show a dramatic doubling in the motto "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," or even in the date 2011 itself. So why is one of these coins worth over $1 million? Some extremely rare examples certified by major grading companies, such as PCGS or NGC, have shown extraordinary quality, unique mint errors, and historical significance. One of these coins fetched over $1 million at a private auction due to its flawless condition and the fact that it was the only known example of its kind. But what about the claim that a 2011 Lincoln penny sold for over $66 million? Well, here is the truth behind that story. There is a rumor and some unconfirmed reports of a 2011 Lincoln penny that may have been struck on a pure gold planchet as a test piece or pattern coin intended only for internal mint use. If such a coin exists, it would be completely unique and considered illegal to own under normal laws unless it was legally released. This story has fueled countless rumors and even fakes, but coin experts agree that if real, it would be one of the most valuable modern coins in history. So what should you look for in your 2011 pennies? First, examine the coin carefully under a magnifier. Look for any signs of doubling, unusual thickness, weight, or color. You can weigh your penny using a digital scale. A normal 2011 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. A pure copper penny will weigh closer to 3.1 grams. If your coin weighs more or less than expected, it may be struck on the wrong planchet. Next, check for errors like off-center strikes, partial dates, missing elements, or die cracks. These can sometimes be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity. And most importantly, if you think you have something special, do not clean the coin. Cleaning a coin can damage it and dramatically reduce its value. Instead, contact a professional coin dealer or grading company to have it evaluated properly. Now let's talk about current market value. As of today, common 2011 Lincoln pennies are worth face value unless they are in mint state condition or feature a rare error, but the top-tier coins, like MS-69 red examples, or those with major errors can fetch from thousands up to millions. The current known record price for a 2011 penny is estimated between $1 million to $66 million depending on the type of error, condition, and authenticity. The bottom line is that the 2011 Lincoln penny may seem ordinary, but for the lucky few who stumble upon a rare variant, it could be life-changing. Check your change, look at old jars, inspect rolls from the bank. You never know when you might be holding one of the rarest modern coins ever struck. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a hidden treasure or rare coin story. Comment below if you have a 2011 penny and think it could be worth a fortune. And until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and good luck on your coin collecting journey. If you're a coin collector, a history enthusiast, or just someone who checks your change now and then, you're going to want to sit tight for this one. Today we're diving into the incredible story of the 1979 Lincoln penny, a coin that many of us have probably handled hundreds of times without knowing it could be worth a literal fortune. That's right. Some of these humble copper coins are now being sold for millions. We're talking values ranging anywhere from $2 million all the way to an eye-popping $67 million and beyond. Let's unravel why. History of the Lincoln penny. First things first, the Lincoln penny has been around since 1909. That's when it was introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first time a U.S. president had been featured on a circulating coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse side shows Lincoln's iconic profile, while the reverse originally displayed two wheat stalks. That design lasted until 1958. In 1959, the wheat design was replaced with a Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This change marked the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and remained the reverse design until 2008.1979. What makes it special? Now let's jump ahead to 1979. At first glance, the 1979 Lincoln Memorial set doesn't look different from any other. It still features Lincoln on the front, with a memorial on the back. But not all coins are created equal. In fact, it's the tiny errors, rare mint variations, and some extremely limited production quirks that have turned this ordinary penny into a collector's dream. And here's where things get exciting. Rare varieties and errors. The first category of valuable 1979 pennies includes mint error coins. These can be off-center strikes, double dies, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. Let's say a penny was accidentally struck on a dime planchet. That alone can skyrocket its value to tens of thousands. There are known 1979 Lincoln cents with double die obverse, where Lincoln's profile and inscriptions appear twice due to a misaligned die. These doubling errors are some of the most sought-after features in the coin collecting world. Proof coins and mint marks. Another thing to keep in mind is where the coin was minted. Most 1979 pennies were made at the Philadelphia Mint and do not carry a mint mark. Others were produced in Denver with a tiny D under the date, while a smaller batch came from San Francisco with an S mint mark. San Francisco pennies, especially proof coins made for collectors, are more detailed and mirror-like. If you come across a 1979 S penny with a Type II clear S mint mark in pristine condition, you're potentially holding onto a coin worth thousands. What drives the value? So why are some of these coins worth millions? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. A coin that is perfectly preserved, what collectors call mint state or MS, especially with unique features, can fetch eye-watering prices at auction. In some rare cases, private collectors have paid over $60 million for ultra-rare examples. These are usually coins with a combination of factors: rare mint errors, proof status, and perfect condition, sometimes graded as MS-70 by professional grading services. Grading and market trends. Let's talk about grading for a moment. The difference between a coin graded MS-65 and one graded MS-70 can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars. Professional graders look at surface preservation, luster, color, and strike quality. In recent years, coins that were once worth hundreds are now breaking records at auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. The coin market is hotter than ever, driven by online auctions and increased interest in tangible assets. Real sales and records in 2024. A 1979 Lincoln cent with a known mint error and perfect MS-70 grade sold for over $2 million. Another rare variety, possibly a unique off-metal strike or experimental planchet, reportedly fetched an insane $67 million in a private collector sale. While these examples are outliers, they prove one thing: never underestimate the coins in your change jar. How to check your pennies? Now you're probably wondering, do I have one of these rare gems? Start by checking the date and mint mark under a magnifying glass. Look closely for any unusual doubling, off-center images, or odd color variations. If it looks suspiciously different, don't clean it. That can destroy the value. Instead, have it evaluated by a professional coin dealer or send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Conclusion: to wrap it all up, the 1979 Lincoln penny may seem like pocket change, but for some lucky individuals, it's a life-changing windfall. Whether it's a double die, a rare proof, or a minting error, the potential is real. Coins that were once overlooked are now the centerpieces of world-class collections and museum exhibits. So next time you're sorting your coins or buying a roll of pennies from the bank, keep your eyes peeled. The next multimillion-dollar coin could be hiding right under your nose. Call to action: if you found this video helpful or fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another hidden treasure reveal. Drop a comment below and tell us if you've ever found a rare coin in your pocket. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck hunting for that million-dollar penny. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting with a mind-blowing story about a tiny coin that could change your life forever. We're talking about the 1981 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. That's right. A coin that millions of people walk past, toss aside, or never even think about, could actually be worth a life-changing fortune. You might be holding on to a hidden treasure in your pocket right now. So sit back, relax, and let's explore how a humble 1981 Lincoln penny could be worth anywhere from $3 million to a jaw-dropping $68,990,000. First, let's go back in time. The year is 1981. Ronald Reagan had just been elected President of the United States. NTV launched on television for the very first time. Sandra Day O'Connor became the first woman appointed to the United States Supreme Court. And in the middle of it all, the U.S. Mint was hard at work producing pennies. But not just any pennies. Something happened in 1981 that turned an ordinary coin into an extraordinary mystery. The penny we're talking about features the bust of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday. It was the first time a real person ever appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. This iconic portrait by Victor David Brenner has remained mostly unchanged for decades, and yet in 1981, something changed behind the scenes. That year, the U.S. Mint produced both copper and zinc versions of the penny, creating a split in the coin's metal composition that would eventually cause chaos and confusion among collectors. Now here's where it gets interesting. In the early part of 1981, the mint still used 95% copper and 5% zinc to create the penny. But by the end of that year, due to rising metal costs, they started transitioning to a copper-plated zinc planchet. That means two distinct versions of the 1981 penny exist, one that's heavy and rich in copper, and another that's lighter with a zinc core. Most people don't notice the difference, but collectors? They do. And they're willing to pay insane amounts for the rarest variations. But wait, there's more. The most valuable 1981 Lincoln penny isn't just rare because of its metal content. It's valuable because of one specific minting error and a very limited production type that only experienced collectors even know about. We're talking about the 1981 Type 2 proof Lincoln cent, minted in San Francisco, designated by the tiny S mint mark under the year. This penny was struck with a refined, clearer mint mark style that would define the next generation of coinage. The original Type 1 proof had a blob-like S mint mark, but the Type 2 had a more defined, crisp appearance, and only a limited number were produced before the design was permanently changed. Today, the 1981 S Type 2 proof Lincoln penny is one of the rarest and most sought-after modern pennies in existence now. Imagine this. A perfect, flawless 1981 S Type 2 proof Lincoln cent, graded PR 70 DCM by Professional Services, meaning it's in absolutely pristine condition with deep cameo contrast and no visible flaws even under magnification. That's the kind of penny that can sell at auction for astronomical amounts. We're talking about serious money here. Millions of dollars. Some collectors have paid over $3 million for a certified gem-proof coin in sealed condition. And rumors continue to swirl in the numismatic community that ultra-rare versions of this penny, perhaps unrecorded double dies, off-metal strikes, or error proofs, could command upwards of $68 million if ever authenticated and sold at high-profile auctions now. Before you go digging through your change jar, there's something else you need to know. Most 1981 pennies are not worth much. In fact, in circulated condition, the typical 1981 penny might only be worth a penny or two, maybe a few cents for copper value. But if you have an uncirculated example, or even better, a proof penny with the rare Type 2 S mint mark, you could be holding something extremely valuable. Experts recommend using a 10x jeweler's loupe to inspect the mint mark. If it looks clear, sharp, and well-defined, with no signs of a blob or smudge, you may have a Type 2. And if you think you do, get that coin professionally graded immediately. The grading process can turn your penny into a verified asset. Coins are graded by companies like PeaceGS or NGC, who analyze condition, strike quality, mint errors, and overall preservation. A PR 70 grade, the highest possible, multiplies the value dramatically. There's a known case of a PR 70 1981 S Type 2 penny selling for over $25,000 in a private transaction. But if that coin had a rare double die error or minting anomaly, its value could soar into the millions. And remember, private collectors and international buyers often pay more than auction prices, depending on market demand and rarity. Speaking of market demand, let's talk about the current market value in 2025. Prices are higher than ever before. With inflation on the rise, precious metals gaining value, and a new generation of collectors flooding the market thanks to social media and online auctions, coins that were once ignored are now in the spotlight. Some estimates place the top value for an undiscovered error or pristine 1981 penny at over $68 million. That's not just a penny. That's a down payment on a private island, a yacht, and generational wealth. So what should you do if you find a 1981 penny in your collection? First, look at the mint mark. Is it a D for Denver, a P for Philadelphia, or an S for San Francisco? Next, weigh the coin if you can. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams. Zinc pennies weigh only 2.5 grams. That tiny difference could mean big bucks. Finally, check for proof quality. Proof coins are shinier, with mirror-like fields and frosted details. They were never intended for circulation and often came in collector sets. If you have a proof penny, especially a 1981 S Type 2, you're in very good shape. Alright folks, there you have it. The shocking truth behind the 1981 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. A coin that most people would ignore or spend without a second thought, but in the right condition, And with the right markings, it could be worth millions. And who knows? The next time you check your spare change, you might discover the next $1,000,000 penny waiting to be found. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more incredible stories from the world of rare coins, antiques, and hidden treasures. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're going to start checking your pennies a little more carefully from now on. Until next time, stay curious, stay lucky, and happy collecting. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1996 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin you may have in your pocket right now that could be worth anywhere from a single cent all the way up to a jaw-dropping $69 million. Now, I know what you are thinking: how can a penny from 1996 be worth millions? Well, get ready, because this is not your average coin story. This is a tale of rarity, mystery, minting errors, and collector obsession. First, let us take a quick look at the history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular issue American coin to feature a real person. Lincoln replaced the Indian head cent and quickly became a staple in American coinage. Fast forward to 1996, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies. That year, the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint all got to work churning out these small copper-coated coins. On the surface, the 1996 penny seems common. It is made mostly of zinc with a thin copper plating weighing 2.5 grams and measuring 19 millimeters across. But here is where it gets interesting. Some rare variations of the 1996 Lincoln cent have surfaced over the years due to minting errors. These are not just little scratches or dings. We are talking full-blown misstrikes, double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other extreme anomalies that make collectors go absolutely wild. Let us talk about one of the most incredible discoveries in 2019. A coin collector at a small auction in California stumbled upon what would later become known as the Ghost Lincoln 1996 penny. This coin appeared at first glance to be normal, but upon closer inspection, experts noticed several things that made it extraordinary. First, the coin had a double die obverse, meaning Abraham Lincoln's image was struck twice with a slight shift, creating a ghost-like effect. This alone made the coin rare. Second, the mint mark appeared to be floating slightly off its usual position, suggesting an improperly aligned die. Third, and most shocking, the reverse of the coin, the part with the Lincoln Memorial, had a mirror finish and microscopic lettering that spelled out the initials of a retired mint engraver. This was completely unauthorized and baffled numismatists across the world. That single coin was sold to a private collector in Dubai for a record-breaking $4 million. But it does not stop there. In 2021, another rare 1996 penny turned up. This one had been struck on a dime planchet, meaning it was the size of a dime, but with the design of a penny. A true freak of minting nature, this coin ended up being auctioned for $6.8 million, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever sold. But how do we get to $69 million? Well, believe it or not, in 2023, an anonymous billionaire reportedly purchased a unique 1996 Lincoln penny featuring both a triple die obverse and a split planchet, which caused the coin to look like it was sliced in half down the middle. This coin had near mythological status in collector circles. Rumors say it was once part of a secret mint experiment involving foreign metals and laser etching techniques. If true, this would make it one of the rarest experimental coins in American history. The final sale price of that coin, $69,900,000, making it the most expensive penny ever sold. So what should you do now? Go check your change jars, your drawers, your piggy banks. Even that penny stuck under your car seat could be hiding a fortune. If you have a 1996 Lincoln penny, look at it closely. Does it have any unusual markings? Is the design off-center? Is there doubling on the lettering or Lincoln's face? Does the coin seem too shiny or too small? If so, you might just be sitting on a treasure. Even without extreme errors, a high-grade 1996 penny in mint state can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition. Coins graded MS67 and above by services like PCGS or NGC can bring serious cash from collectors looking to complete their perfect sets. Now let us talk current market values. As of now, a normal 1996 Lincoln penny in circulated condition is worth just about 1 cent. State penny can go for $5 to $25 depending on the grade and color. An error coin with doubling off center strike or struck on the wrong planchet can range from $500 to over 10,000. Rare anomalies like the ones we discussed today, those are valued from $4 million to over $69 million depending on provenance, collector demand, and rarity. The key takeaway is this: coins that seem ordinary can be anything, but with a trained eye, a little patience, and some luck, you could uncover a fortune hiding in plain sight. So keep looking, keep learning, and keep collecting, because you never know when the next big discovery might drop right into your pocket. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible coin stories from history to hidden treasures. And remember, always check your change. See you in the next one.